My dear students, very good morning to all. I am Dr. Sanjeev Ponia. In 2D transformations, we discuss about the transformations, the basics of transformations, type of transformations, geometrical and coordinate transformations, and representation of the object in the form of matrix. Then we discuss about the homogeneous coordinate system, and in the last we discuss about these two also, that is transformations and scaling. From the types of transformations, in today's class, we will discuss about rotation, reflection, shearing, and in the last, we will discuss about the compositions of 2D transformations also. So let us switch to basics or types of transformations. So we discussed that in translation, our final matrix, that is P dash equals to T plus P, means we have to add this translation matrix. And in scaling, two types, uniform scaling and non-uniform scaling. So in this, we have to multiply the scaling matrix, that is Sx0 and 0 Sy. So today, let us start the rotation. So rotation means rotate. This is rotate. Rotate means घुमाना. Rotate means घुमाना. Means when we have to rotate an object. Suppose I am saying that this is an object. This is y coordinate and this is x coordinate. And I am rotating this object. I am rotating this object from here to here, corresponding to x-axis, or leave that here also till the point. I am telling you different example. Suppose this is the coordinate system. This is an object. This is an object. It makes an angle theta from the x-axis, then I want to rotate it from theta angle to some other angle in this direction. Suppose now the final position of the object is this, and the angle is theta plus phi. For an example, now I rotate this object by phi. We can conclude from here that the shape of the object is not going to change in this. As the shape changes in scaling, the shape is not going to change in rotation as well as translation. So let us try to discuss this in detail. So to generate a rotation, we have to specify the rotation angle, as I show you just now, that by which angle I have to rotate. Second, the element, a point that shows the position, that according to this position or with respect to this point, we have to rotate that. This is the pivot point That shows that the rotation point, the final point of the rotation is this. One more most important thing where most of the students are confused, and this is generally asked in the final examination. When we rotate an object clockwise, when we rotate an object clockwise, then the value of theta is negative. Value of theta is negative. And when we are rotating this in anti-clockwise, or this is also called counterclockwise, anti-clockwise or counterclockwise, then the value of this is plus. This is plus theta. So keep this thing in the mind that when we are rotating an object in clockwise direction, then this is minus, and when we are rotating in anti-clockwise direction, then the value of theta is positive. This is also an important point to keep in the mind. This is the example I show you that we have to rotate this. This is the original point. This is the original point. We have to rotate this from here to here. From here to here. Earlier it was at phi angle. Now we are rotating this with theta angle. So total angle will be, total angle from the x-axis will be, earlier it was phi plus, we rotate with theta angle also. So now it is phi plus theta. Because we have to find out a formula for this, so we will use phi plus theta in the next slide. So let us see to find the formula for the rotation. From the last one, from the last one, you can see that this is our original point, this is our original point or our original location. So when this is an angle theta, then on x-axis, if I want to find this value, then it is x cos theta, x cos theta. This is one more thing. Suppose the length of this, length of hypotenuse is r, length of hypotenuse is r, then and it makes an angle phi with x-axis, then this length means length on x-axis is represented by x, sorry, r, this is r hypotenuse into cos phi, r into cos, this is cos phi, r into cos phi, this is the base, and this means perpendicular will be equals to r sin phi, r sin phi. As I told you that when we are rotating this line with theta angle, then the position will be, then sorry, the shape will be same, the shape will be same. If the same is same, then the distance of this from the origin will also be same. So now the final angle from the x-axis is phi plus theta, phi plus theta. So in the same manner, The length of this is r because it's not going to change. Now when we have to find out the x coordinate, this is our hypotenuse, this is our hypotenuse. We have to find out the base, means we have to find out the value in this case. So this is r cos r cos angle from the x-axis is phi plus theta, phi plus theta, and on y-axis, that is this one, that is this one. It is r sine phi plus theta, r sine phi plus theta. So when I am going to find out the value of this x and y, then from here I can say that value of x and y in terms of angle phi is equals to, this is r cos phi, this is r cos phi, and the value of y is r sin phi, r sin phi. In the same way, when I want to find out the value of x dash y dash, then the value of x dash y dash will be r cos phi plus theta, phi plus theta, and value of y dash is r sine same, that is phi plus theta, the angle from the x axis. So these are the x coordinate and these are the y coordinate. So when we have to solve the equation to come on a conclusion, then we have to use this. From here you can say this is x equals to r cos theta, x equals to r cos theta. Okay, let first check it. That is x dash equals to r cos phi plus theta, y dash equals to r sine phi plus theta, x equals to r cos phi, and y equals to r sine phi. So these are the values of x and x y and x dash y we wrote over here. So now we will solve this. We know the trigonometric formula for sine a plus b, for sine a plus b. Sine a plus b. The formula for this is sine a, this is sine a, okay, I will write only by s. This is sine a I am writing cos only by C. So this is cos B plus cos A, or I cos A C A, C means cos, plus into sin B, sin B. So I can write down these two in the reverse order also, means first I can write this and second I can write this as we have written over here. So from here we wrote x dash equals to r is in the both. So this is, so first we will check about the y dash, because we saw the formula for sine. So this is y dash equals to r sine phi. There is something wrong in this. Yes, it will be sine phi. Here it will be cos theta. Here it will be cos theta, and here cos phi into, here it will be sine theta. So there was a mistake, and this is right, because cos A plus B is equals to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. So we wrote the formula of sin phi plus theta cos phi plus theta. I am extremely sorry for this. It is cos and it is sin. So when we are substituting the value of r cos phi over here, r cos phi over here, this is r cos phi, means this is equals to x. So this is equals to x. So I wrote it x. This is equals to y. From above you can see this is equals to y. So I wrote y. From above, this is equals to x, that is r sine phi. R sine phi equals to, and this is y. This is y, means r sine phi. So this is the final formula we have to use to implement the rotation properties. I wrote the same formula again in the next slide. This is x dash equals to x sine theta, x dash equals to x. So this is the same formula I wrote from there. Then if I want to represent this in the form of matrix, then I can represent t dash equals to r. R means the rotation of the angle at which I have to rotate, and this is the original value. Suppose I am writing the original values of x and y, and this r will be, sorry, this is p, this is r, I multiplied this r by p. This is the value of r. I wrote r plus, we know the value of p, so this is r multiplied by p, and p dash is equals to x dash, and y dash, x dash and y dash. So by using these matrix, we can find out the final value of after the rotation. So this is the rotation matrix for the anti-clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise direction, keep in mind. So means this is positive value. So when we have to rotate this, for an example, in this direction, in clockwise direction, then we have to put minus theta instead of theta, minus theta and instead of theta. And we know that cos minus theta equals to cos theta, cos minus theta equals to cos theta. So it will be same cos theta, sine minus theta. Sine minus theta is minus sine theta, minus sine theta. So minus minus plus. So now it will be sine theta, sine theta. Next, in the next line, we know that sine minus theta is equals to, over here, sine minus theta equals to minus sine theta, minus sine theta. And when we are putting the value of theta over here, then cos minus theta equals to cos theta. So in case of clockwise rotation, the matrix will be this one. So we have to multiply it by this matrix. Keep this thing in the mind in exam. Or we can do one more thing, keep only one formula, keep only one matrix in the mind and put the value of minus theta instead of theta as I done. Let's come on the next slide. So when we have to do the reflections can be many ways. Reflections can be of many ways. As we discussed that we can reflect it, we reflect it by an angle, by an angle sorry, I'm extremely sorry. So in the last, our rotation is complete. The rotation is complete. Now we will start the next one after rotation, that is reflection. That is reflection. So in the next after this, we will see the reflection. Reflection means if we will see the real example, then reflection means when we are standing in front of a mirror, then whatever we are seeing, the image we are seeing, that's the reflection. So reflection can be of different type. For an example, suppose this is a coordinate system x and y. I have an object over here. I have an object over here. Then I can reflect this object. I can reflect this object on x-axis and with respect to x-axis. So this, that is suppose P. Now this is P dash. This is P dash now. I can reflect this object. Let me change the color. I can reflect this object with respect to y-axis. This is our y-axis. So now in this case, suppose this is P double dash. P double dash. I can also reflect this. I can also reflect this with respect to origin, with respect to origin. So when I am going to reflect it, then on other side it will be this, like this. I can rotate with respect to a point. I can rotate with respect to a line. For an example, I want to rotate this. I want to rotate this object with respect to this line. This line. So when I have to rotate this object corresponding to this line, when I have to rotate an object, this is our x and y coordinate system. This is our coordinate system x and y. This is the object. This is a object. I have to rotate this object corresponding to this line. So it will be over here when it will be reflected with respect to this line. So when we are discussing about the reflection, then reflection can be of different type. Reflection along x-axis, as I told you, reflection about y-axis, reflection relative to an axis that is perpendicular to xy plane, perpendicular to xy plane. As this is an object, we have to reflect it by a axis that is perpendicular to this. That is perpendicular to this plane. Means this is x plane, this is y plane. In real life, I can say that when an object is on the floor, then we can reflect that object in the third direction. In the third direction, that is not in the left, not in the right, but on the in height. In height. In suppose there is an object at 2 feet height, 2 feet height, and I want to rotate upward. I want to rotate upward with respect to a line or with respect to a point that is 4 meter upward, passing through a coordinate. This reflection of an object to an axis perpendicular to xy plane. The difference is this, that in the first one, this is passing through the origin. This is passing through the origin. But in this case, it's passing through a point P, that's the pivot point P, or it can be reflected with respect to a line. So now we will see that what are the different matrices in all different cases. So when we will going to reflect this, as I told you in last slide, this is our original image. This is our original image. When we have to reflect it with respect to x-axis, then you can see that this point will come at this point will come at this point, and this point, the distance of this from the x-axis is this. So this will come by reflection over here, means equal distance from the x-axis. Whatever the distance this point has from the x-axis in upper direction, the other point, the reflected point, also have the same distance from x-axis but in another direction. So matrices for this is that we know that the value of only x-axis is going to be changed. Come over here. See, in this, the value of x is positive over here also and over here also. Value of x is positive over here in first quadrant as well as in fourth quadrant. But and in first quadrant, value of y is positive. Value of y is positive. But we are reflecting this uh, as per or with respect to x-axis, then it will be below the x-axis, and in this the value of y is negative. Value of y is negative. For an example, this point was this point was 5 and 2. Now this point will be x value will be positive, that is 5, and now y value, y coordinate will be -2. So in this case, in the reflection with respect to x-axis, the value of y is going to be changed from positive to negative. And same in the case of reflection with y-axis. In that case, value of y will be remain same, and value of x is going to change from positive to negative. From positive to negative. So this is the matrices for this. Suppose I am suppose I have the original coordinates of the image is x, y, x, y, and 0. Why I do not write z over here? Because we are studying about the 2D only, Then why I am writing this? Because when we have to multiply these two matrices, then the number of columns in this, number of columns is this. Suppose this is a n into n matrix, and second one is P into Q matrix, then n should be equals to P. N should be equals to P. Means number of columns in first matrix, number of columns in first matrix should be number of rows in second matrix. So this is the reason to put a 0 over here. So when I will multiply this, you can see from here, this is 1 into x. That is 1. This is 1 into x. That is 1. And these two are 0. When I will multiply this, 0 into x is 0. Minus 1 multiplied by y. So this is minus y. Minus y. This is 1 multiplied by x is not 1, this is x. Then when I will multiply this by this, so x multiplied by 0 is 0, 0 multiplied by y is 0, and 1 multiplied by 0 is 0. So here again z coordinate will be 0. So we conclude from here that when we reflect it with respect to x-axis, then the value of y is going to be changed. Value of y is going to be changed from plus y to minus y. So this was about the reflection with respect to x-axis. Same it happens with the reflection in y-axis only the value of x-axis or x coordinates is going to be changed now. And the reason for this is, as we discussed, that the value of x and y, the value of x and y are both same, means positive. The value of x, the value of x is positive, the value of y is also positive in first quadrant, and in second quadrant value of x is negative, value of x is negative, we are going in this direction from the origin, and value of y is positive. So the value of x is going to be changed in this case. Suppose the value of px is 5 and 2. Now, when I will rotate this, then this distance will be same. So the coordinate of P2 dash will be minus in case of x only, and y value will be same. So this is minus 5 and 2. About the matrices, of reflection. So here this is minus 1 instead of 1. Minus 1 instead of 1. Because when we will multiply this with the original coordinate, as we did in last one, suppose this is x, y, and again this is not z, because we are studying 2D. So this is 0. So when we will multiply this with this column, these two will be 0, these two will be 0, and only minus 1 multiplied by x will be minus x. When we multiply second row by this, only this value, there is 1 only at this place, so this will be y. 1 multiplied by y will be y, and in this is 0, this is 0, these two are will be 0 because of these 0, so this will be 0. So from here we can see that value of x is going to be changed from plus x to minus x, from plus x to minus x. This is in case of y axis, means reflection with respect to y axis. Now reflection relative to an axis that is perpendicular to xy plane. I told you here that there are also two possibilities. Then it can pass through coordinate or origin, or it can pass through a pivot element, that is P, where the value of P is, for an example, x, y, x and y. The value of x and y can be any constant. In this, the value of x is 0 and the value of y is also 0, means this is a special case. This is a special case of next one. So what happens over here? When we have to reflect, this is our original image, we have to reflect this. We have to reflect this with respect to origin. So I told you that distance will be remain same. So P1 is at a distance this, as a distance this from 0. So now it will also be same. Distance will also be same. We know that this is the origin. For an example, the distance of this is, means these are, x is minus 2 and y is also minus 2. So in this case, when we will reflect it over here, then P dash will be 2, and this Y value will also be 2. So we are seeing over here that all the negative values is going to be changed into the positive values. Now we will see the matrix of this, that how we can solve when we have a problem. And from here we can discuss that the value of x as well as y is going to be changed, as we discussed in last one with respect to x axis and y axis. This is x and this is y. This is 0. We discuss about it. So when we will multiply by first row with this column, so only we get the minus x. When we will multiply second row by this column, then we will get only y. And when we will multiply this row with this column, then we will get 0. So all the values are going to be changed from positive to negative. This was about the reflection with respect to origin. Now next, when we have to reflect an object with respect to a line, with respect to a line y equals to x. One more in this is about the origin. This is about the origin. When this is not about the origin, means suppose this is with respect to a point P where the value of point P is 3 and 2. 3 and 2. So what we will do in this case, let me draw the object. Suppose this is x and y coordinate system. This is an object. This is an object. We have to reflect this object with respect to this point. Suppose this is P. This is P. So what we will do? First, we will transform this object from here to origin. Then after that we will do the reflection at origin, as we discuss over here. Matrices of reflection at origin is this one, and again we will put the translate by the same value, so when we have to do the reflection with respect to any point, then we translate that point to the origin first. After that we reflect. It means I can write this, that in that first we will apply the transformation, then we have to apply the reflection, and then again I have to apply the transformation of the same values over here. So this happens in the case when we have to rotate an object with respect to a point. Now last in this, reflection of an object with respect to a line y is equals to x. For an example, this is a coordinate system. This is our object, and I want to reflect this object with respect to this line, So now it will be over here. But what happens and how we can solve this problem? Let us see. Suppose, as I told you in the last diagram, suppose this is our original image. This is our original image P1, P2, and P3, and we have to reflect this with respect to this line. Then the values will be P2 dash. For an example, this is P3 dash and P1 dash. This is the reflective image. Now we will see the matrices for the matrices for that is 0 1 0. Let me show you this also. This is, suppose this is X, this is Y, and this is Z. So now in this case, from the first row and this column, from the first row and this column, it will be Y, it will be Y. From the second row and this column, it will be X. Sorry, it is not Z, it is 0. It is 0. And last one is 0. So from here, we conclude that value of X is going to be changed in Y, and the value of Y is going to be changed in X. Means these two values are going to be changed. Now last topic is shearing. Shearing means if we have an object and we are going to press that from one side. Let me show you by an example. Suppose I have this coordinate system. This is an image. This is an image. Now I want to share this image. For an example, I want to, what I will do, I will press this image from here. I will press this image over here. What happens in the translation? The position of the object is going to be changed. But what will happen over here? Here, this the image position will remain same at some point, but the shape is going to be changed. Means you can understand that the base is fixed. We cannot change the base, and when we are making some press on this, or when we are pressing the above corner, then it can be slide from this position to this position. So we can consider it that if there is an object in layered form, there is an object in layered form, then the layer is going to be changed. In this, if you will see, then the shape of the object is going to be changed. So in shearing, it distort the shape of an object such that transformed object appears as if the object were composed of internal layers. Means some layers, some part change its position from one place to another place, and it's change as per the this layers, as per the layers, that how much we are pressing that. So this was about the sharing. Now we will see that how we can share. Share is also of two types. Sharing is also of two types. One, suppose this is a, okay, what I will do, I will draw the example of this over here. So let us see, suppose this is our coordinate system and we have an object like this. We are going to press this we are going to press this, or we are going to put a pressure on the above corner, then the shape will be like this. Means it is going to be sheared. This is called shearing. So it is going to be sheared in x direction only. Y direction, on y direction coordinates, the coordinates on y direction is same. I will show you by another example. Suppose this is a coordinate system. We have an object this, and I am, suppose this is, the point is 3 and 2, 3 and 2, 3 and 2, the value of x is 3, value of y is 2. Here the value of x is 5 and the value of x is 2, because on the same distance from the x-axis. Here the same distance from the y-axis. So suppose it is 3 x direction same, and on y direction suppose it's 6 now. It's 6 now. And this is 5 on x axis, this is 5 on y axis, this is 6. So this is our original object. This is our original object. What we will do, we will push this object from here, or we will try to share this object from here. So as I show you, that new shape of this will be like this. So it's clear from here that the y point, y distance is same at this point. Only the value of x is going to be changed. So if we will try to find out the final values in same way as we did in the last slides, then this is final point will be this line multiplied by this. So 1 multiplied by x, so this is x plus shx, shx. So this is shx into y, shx into y plus 0 plus 0, and when we will multiply this, so this is only this value. So y, and last one is 0. So you can see from here that the value of only x is going to be changed. The value of y is not changing. The value of y is not changing. In the same way, when I want to, let me draw it over here. When I will try to shear it in y direction, For an example, I am putting a pressure at this point, then final position will be, for an example, no, this cannot be changed. So I have to erase this one. This will be equal. These will be equal. Okay. So now this will be same. This will also be same, but it will change the position. It will change the position. It's also going to change the position. It's also going to change the position. So from here you can see that the value of y is going to change now. The value of x is same. So from here when we will multiply this by x, y means the coordinate of an object, then you can see that this row multiplied by this column. So this is 1 multiply x, this is equals to x plus shx, shx, sorry, shy. And this is when we will multiply this. So this is y, only y, means the value of y is not going to be changed, only the value of x is going to be changed. You can see from here. So there are two things that we can share it with respect to x-axis or with respect to y-axis. Then last topic of the transformation is composite transformation. Composite transformation. Composite transformation means when we have to perform one transformation after the another transformation. As we study that there are different type of transformation. First one is translation, second one rotation, third one scaling, fourth one is reflection. This is reflection and this is rotation. This is scaling and this is shearing. This is shearing. So we studied these 5. So suppose first I want to perform translation and after that I want to perform the rotation. Or first I want to perform the scaling, then I want to perform the rotation. So when we have to perform more than one transformation, and at a time, that is called composite transformation. Means collections of more than one transformation. This is also called concatenation, or composition of matrix. So as we know, the object has the matrix. We can represent the object as a matrix. So we can perform one operation at a time and after that we will perform the second one. So we have to perform the sequence of transformations and have to product all the matrices, have to make the product in all the matrices. Means first one, suppose I have to make the transformation from here to, suppose this is a coordinate system, this is the object, I have to perform the translation. So I perform the translation from here to here, then I have to rotate it, then for an example I have to scale it. For example, I have, okay, let's first, for an example, I have to reflect it with respect to y-axis and then I am scaling it. So we have to perform all these operations successively by using the matrices. So this is the completion of the transformation. So in next class we will discuss about the window to viewport transformations. In transformations, we discuss what is transformations, type of transformations. Then we discuss the matrix representation, homogeneous coordinates, different type of transformations like translation, scaling, reflection, then rotation and shearing. And in the last one, we study about the composite transformation. So in the next, we will study about the window to viewport transformation. This is also a very important topic. From the transformation, there is also a topic as well as from the window to viewport transformation also. There is also a questions. So based on these two, based on the transformation, there is always two questions in the exam. So we have to keep things in the mind and have to emphasize more. So thank you.